Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to just discuss the importance of having trackers in your vehicle. Okay, a lot of people take this for granted. First off, an Apple tag is not a tracker. Okay, yes, it tracks the vehicle, but you also need a tracker that also has a kill switch in it. Very important, because there are thieves out there. There are people that will come, they'll present valid driver's licenses, valid insurance cards, and still steal your car. Okay, so in situations like that, unless you're prepared to wait a month, 2 months to see if it ever turns up, the police, good luck getting their cooperation. Half the time they don't like dealing with stolen vehicle cases. So it just ends up being a waiting game to see if it ever shows up. And if it doesn't show up, then insurance will pay. So, and then in the meantime, you'll be making payments on the car and all of that. So ideally, you want to have a GPS, several GPS trackers in your car, minimum 2 that are well hidden. And so once one is, hopefully they find only one, they switch it off. And then the other one, you can go ahead and demobilize the vehicle with the second one. We set these up active, passive. One is active, it's on. The other one is off, and then you turn it on and then just demobilize the car. So you guys don't want to play with this. Trust me. Right now, theft is on the rise, especially with the Corvette C8s. They're stealing them like hotcakes right now. You got to be careful out there, and a lot of this can be solved with simple risk mitigation. However, if you find yourself in a situation where you did everything you needed to do and they still stole your car, having an Apple AirTag in there somewhere hidden where these thieves can't see it or find it is another play you could also run. That's where the Apple AirTag comes in handy, right? So, but just make sure you're not just hiding it under the seat or something. No, you need to hide that tracker so nobody can find it. Very important. So make sure you guys have that. So that's just a third cover your butt, so to speak, mechanism, and that way you're gonna find your car, right? Because you'd rather find that car than wait for insurance to pay out, because that could be a while. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because I cringe every time I see people. They either bring cars to me in no form of tracking, nothing, and meanwhile these guys have been running it on Turo or some platform for a while, or doing private rentals, and have no form of tracking on the car, and they just hope and pray, that it comes back safely. That's a hope and a prayer. Is not a risk control. You actually need to have these things in your car. So I just wanted to let you guys know some trackers that you could get that I like. There's this Viper makes a good tracker that you guys could get. They sell those at a lot of these audio shops. You could get TrackMate. There's also Advantage GPS. There's also Gold Star by Sperian, or is it Sperian by Gold Star? One of them. Sperian by Gold Star is pretty cool if you can get a hold of them on the phone. Sometimes it's hard to, but if you can get them on the phone and pay for the tracker, they will actually even send somebody to your location to install the trackers for you. So that's pretty dope. So you guys don't want to take this for granted. I can't stress this enough. So I had a gentleman bring me a car to rent out, and nothing in the car. There's no try, and I was scared, petrified to rent the car out, because God forbid anything happens, then they're looking at me, to recover their car. So just make sure you guys cover your bases before you get into this rental car game. And just make sure, it has to have the so it's a GPS tracker, and then also the ability to kill switch it. So it has to have a kill switch function. Now, some of you guys on your cars, you might not be able to install a kill switch. There are higher end cars where most of these car shops or maintenance guys won't touch. They won't feel comfortable putting a kill switch in it, just because these cars are super expensive and super complicated. I know hybrids, they struggle with putting them in hybrids. So if you have a car like a BMW i8, you might not be able to get a kill switch in it. So unfortunately, that's part of the game. If you have higher end vehicles, they might not also be able to put that in there. Like if you have a Bentley and stuff like that, some cases they could. Some people that are really good could, but a lot of them on some of those higher end cars, they can only do the trackers for you, which is fine. So at least at the minimum, you've got enough trackers in there. And I would even use trackers by different companies, right? Just mix it up if you can. That way, if the thieves are really good, and track one, maybe they know how to easily get one tracker out. They might not notice the other company's tracker. And just also for, because sometimes these trackers too, man, some of them, they don't always, not always at 100. I'm not saying they're not accurate, but they might not pinpoint the location down to a T. So it's also good to have, several different ones, to where different brands, so you kind of know exactly where this car is. Perfect example, I used to have a Tesla Model S, and car got in a wreck once, reported by the customer, and we're looking for the car, and Tesla was saying it was somewhere on the other side of town, in downtown in South Dallas, and we're there driving around for days and using the Tesla tracker and can't find this car to save our lives. It wasn't there. It wasn't where the Tesla tracker was saying it was, and the car wasn't badly damaged. It was still, could turn on, all of that. Everything else worked in the car. It was more of structural damage. Tesla tracker wasn't accurate enough. I know the BMW i8, if you use a native app, the tracker in a native app, it's not 100% accurate. They might take you to a vicinity, but they won't tell you the exact house or whatever. So that's why it's good to use these other trackers. Don't rely on the native tracker with the car. And then at least if you have two different company trackers in it, you're able to get a better, so to speak, radius of where the car is. Some of them will pinpoint it down to the specific building where it's at. So that's kind of, I find that Advantage is very accurate. I find that Spirit has been very active. TrackMate is active. A lot of these other third-party brands are more active than the manufacturer trackers, right? So just be mindful of that, guys. Don't get caught slipping out there. Protect yourselves. I can't stress that enough. Protect yourselves, all right? So yeah, I just wanted to drop this video real quick and just let you guys know this game is all about risk mitigation. If you guys want to learn more, tap in, book a consultation call, and let's talk about your rental car company and see how we could help you scale it. If you're just starting, we'll teach you how to get started and scale your rental car company so you can start making some good semi-passive income. It's a lucrative business. It's a $108 billion industry, and no better time than now to get into it. And I'll just encourage you guys, once you have the right controls in place, you have the right processes in place, this business becomes very good. It's people that don't have the right, don't take the right steps to make sure their investment is safe and their cars are safe. People that rely on emotions and feelings and trusting, versus actually verifying stuff, versus actually making sure that they have the right things in place. A lot of people get greedy with the money they can make and kind of forget to do the stuff they need to be doing. They just get carried away with money. A lot of these thieves, they'll show up at your establishment, they'll pay, they won't even negotiate, they'll pay what you're asking for. A lot of them use girls, they'll have ladies come to rent these cars from you, so your guard is let down, and meanwhile they intend to defraud you. So don't get caught slipping there. Have the right controls in place to make sure that your car gets back safely, okay? And so yeah, I just wanted to encourage you guys. Thank you guys very much. Make sure to like and subscribe. Like I promised you guys, I'm putting out more videos now. So but I also need you guys to continue to like the videos, continue to so make sure you subscribe, comment below, generate some activity. That way, I'm incentivized to keep doing more of these, okay, for you guys. Thank you very much, and I hope this was helpful, and I see you guys on the next one.